CBS News Bay Area Afternoon Edition with Ann Mekovic.
Right now on the Afternoon Edition, the latest snapshot of California's snowpack as people head up to the mountains to ring in the new year on the slopes. Thanks for joining us this last Tuesday of the year. Today was the first snow survey of the season in the Sierra, and here's some new video just in from the Department of Water Resources from Phillips Station measuring the snowpack. They found the statewide snowpack to be at 71% of average. Compare that to January for the previous season. The snow survey was 108% of average statewide. So we are lower this year. Water officials use these early readings to help plan supplies into the dry months. Let's check in with meteorologist Jessica Birch for more on this and our Bay Area weather changes because we do have more wet weather.
I know there's so much when it comes to the rain that we've seen so far this season alone. Of course, we're keeping a close eye on the snowpack. We're also keeping a close eye on drought conditions. Most of the state of California out of drought conditions, and to add to that, our reservoirs are well above average right now too. I want to talk about what's happening for us as we head into the next 24 hours though, because rain returns to the Bay Area as we head into our Wednesday forecast. You see the time lapse just at the bottom of your screen right there. Wednesday heading into Thursday. So New Year's Eve heading into New Year's Day. Showers return to all of the Bay Area communities, and today is the last dry day that we have this week, so get out there and try taking advantage of it if possible. It's going to be cloudier and cooler. Here's our daytime highs all around me. 40s off into the East Bay, well below average there. 50s over along the coast, up into San Francisco, past the Golden Gate Bridge into the North Bay today. So it is chilly out there, but at least it's dry. This rain right here that you see below me, that starts tomorrow. And it's important to note that we're going to continue to see more rain into the new year too, to ring in the new year with wet conditions Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We continue to see more showers sweep in from the south, and I'm going to talk more about that coming up in just a bit, how much we can expect and when it's finally going to let up. But for now, I'm going to send it back over to you, Ann.
All right, thanks, Jess, and stay with us for continuing coverage of these impending storms. We're going to keep you updated on the air, on the free CBS News app, and on our website, kpix.com. New at noon, a chase ended with the car slamming into a fire hydrant in San Ramon last night. Officers say they were looking into stolen cars in the area when the driver rammed at least 4 police cars, hurting an officer, and then took off. This was near Ivy Hill Road. Police say the car hit the hydrant, and then the people inside got out and ran. A witness recorded video of the crash and the search.
Well, watching TV, and I heard the sirens, and then in the big crash, I looked outside. You know, this fire hydrant is blasting in the air. 2 guys get out of the car, run through our apartment buildings. The cops chasing them. And then the aftermath of them getting the dogs out and looking for them.
Oof. Police say at least 2 people are in custody. The injured officer is expected to be okay. A marijuana warehouse went up in flames in Oakland overnight. Check out this fire raging near the intersection of 44th Avenue and San Leandro Street. Looks like it got close to the BART tracks as well, but fire officials say nobody was hurt. Well, speaking of BART, prepare to pay more to ride BART. Fares and fees are going up to try to make up for a huge budget shortfall. The agency projecting a $376 million deficit by 2027. So they have a few tactics to try to fill that hole. Kevin Coe looks at the changes that riders will see in the new year.
New year, new higher fares for BART riders. According to BART, fares will be going up 6.2% for rides and increases for parking as well. For example, here at the Daly City Station, parking is currently $3 for a daily rate. That's going up 40 cents to $3.40. Most riders we talked to weren't happy about it.
Everybody's going through it right now, and to hike up the price of the BART just seems inappropriate, at least.
Judy is one of several riders who say they haven't seen enough improvements to justify the new price hikes ushering in the new year. Starting January 1st, the average BART ride will increase by 30 cents. Parking fees will also go up 40 cents at several lots, including the Daly City Station.
I think everybody would agree with me. I'm just looking for my bus. Everybody, I think, that rides this on a regular basis like I do would probably agree with me, I think, that if we were to see improvements somewhere along the line, we would be happier to pay. Don't feel particularly good about paying more for less service.
Others feel like Sergio, who says he's seen enough improvements to justify the increase.
To me, it's not too much of an increase. One thing that I see in BART is it's way more cleaner now. It's just, I think the security, they might have to do a little bit there, but but then again, the situation that we're in or they're in and debt, then you have to do what you have to do.
As BART works to sustain services and prevent more cuts, voters could see a new sales tax measure for transit on the 2026 ballot. Both BART and many elected officials say the transit agency needs a reliable, long-term source of funding.
It is the final day for Santa Clara County voters to cast their ballots. They are picking who will be in charge of property tax across the Bay Area's most populated county. It's a special runoff election, and on the ballot is Nasa Fligor and Risha Kumar. Fligor says she wants to make sure the assessor's office keeps working for taxpayers and residents. Kumar says the assessor's office needs an outside change maker. So far, voter turnout is only 15% of registered voters. The city of Oakland is looking for volunteers to go out onto the streets for their biannual point-in-time count. The count tallying how many people are living outside, including in cars and RVs. Affordability tends to be one of the root causes of homelessness, but she's hoping the data reveals some of the causes and disparities that also need to be addressed.
Many people can't afford rent, and the cost of living here in Oakland and throughout Alameda County is still too high. A large percentage of people who are unsheltered are working, and we forget about the working poor. I mentioned that over 50% are black. So there's an equity issue that we need to address. This data is going to help us determine what the actual causes are in 2026.
So if you want to help out, the count is set for January 22nd, and that helps local agencies compete for funding and plan services. If you went shopping in some East Bay cities earlier this month, you might have been exposed to the measles. Contra Costa County health officials are sending out a warning. They say a person who was contagious may have exposed people in Walnut Creek and Lafayette in the days before Christmas. If you visited Anthropology, Aloe, Macy's, or the Apple Store at Broadway Plaza between December 17th and the 19th, you could have been in proximity to that person. By December 21st, we know that the person went to an urgent care center in Lafayette. Fast forward to December 23rd and 24th, the person ended up in the Kaiser emergency room in Walnut Creek. Here is the county's deputy health officer.
Not an outbreak, but just one individual who was confirmed to have measles. The person is otherwise young, a young adult, healthy, did isolate at home after finding out that they were sick. Fortunately did not need to be hospitalized and is now recovering.
Symptoms can include fever, cough, runny nose, and a rash. If symptoms do start, stay home and call your doctor before you go in. If it's been more than 21 days since the exposure and you still feel fine, health officials say you're no longer at risk. Still ahead here at noon and streaming on CBS News Bay Area, a scary drive in the snow. A couple's SUV ends up on its side, hanging by just a branch. Yeah, we're going to hear from one of the people who came to the rescue. And who will be the best in the West when the 49ers take on the Seahawks at Levi Stadium? Going to hear from fans getting ready for the high-stakes showdown. Some terrifying moments for a couple driving on Highway 50 in the Sierra over the weekend. Their SUV spun out of control on a steep ledge, and the only thing holding it up there is a branch. Thankfully, a good Samaritan stopped and helped them to safety. And an officer was driving behind the couple and saw it all happen. He ran over to the car to keep it from tumbling over the edge. And pretty soon, more people came to help.
I yelled at them, "Hey, do you have any rope? I need some rope." Then one guy ran back to his truck and gave me a rope. Then the other three guys, they were holding my hands to try to keep the car not moving.
Wow, look at that. So scary. The couple inside the car and their 2 dogs, though, all got out okay. Back to our first alert weather, taking a live look outside. A little cloudy out there as we take a check over the Golden Gate Bridge. Let's get back to meteorologist Jessica Birch because a lot of people have New Year's plans.
Oh, you and I included. And is it going to be a rainy one or is it going to be a dry one? Well, I hate to break the news to you, but heading into our New Year's forecast, we are leaving 2025 with showers and we are rolling into the 2026 New Year with rain still in the forecast for us. Wrapping up this week and heading into this weekend. This is just a little time lapse as we head into our Wednesday afternoon, early Thursday morning forecast for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Here's what our daytime highs are today, though. Before we even get there, we're sitting in the 40s over into the East Bay after a chilly start to the morning in the 30s, 50s down in the South Bay, 50s up into the North Bay throughout this afternoon, with the exception of Vallejo at 49 degrees. Only a couple degrees warmer. We're at 51 this afternoon over into San Francisco. But let's talk about some things when it comes to this rain. We mentioned it earlier. Not only are we dealing with showers ringing in the new year, but it's going to last as we head into the first weekend of the new year, too, right around the corner, and early next week as well. This area of low pressure, this cold front sweeping in from the south, it drops our temperatures down as we head into the forecast tomorrow. We start to see light showers in the morning hours, heavier showers into the afternoon, as many of us are just trying to gear up for our New Year's Eve parties. And the rain continues as we head into the overnight hours tomorrow night. Heading into Thursday morning, we'll see spotty conditions on and off to kick off the new year. Taking a look at the next 7 days alone, though, a couple of things we want to talk about also. Temperatures are going to drop as we head into our forecast tomorrow, similar to what we're dealing with today, but we do start to get a little bit of a warm up heading into this weekend's forecast. Rainfall totals will continue to be impressive as we head into next week. This will remind us a little bit of what it was like during Christmas week with showers nonstop. Just be very careful out there on the roads. We are going to continue to keep you updated on those rainfall totals here in the Weather Center as we creep closer. A couple other things we want to check off the list too. The National Weather Service has issued coastal flood advisories for all the highlighted zones and counties on this map, which pretty much includes all of our coastal communities. This is what happened a few weeks ago when the king tides returned. We're seeing it again now, anywhere from Monterey up into Salinas, up into San Francisco. King tides are returning. Coastal flooding is definitely possible, and we'll keep you updated on that as we head into the next couple days on top of those rainfall totals as we head into this weekend's forecast. So it is going to be a wet one for those fireworks. We'll keep you updated on that here in the Weather Center. And
all right, we still have time to adjust our plans. Thank you, Jess. The 49ers 1 win away from getting home field advantage in the playoffs after Sunday's dramatic win over the Bears. For more, here's Matt Lively with our Red and Gold report.
This is the Audi Red and Gold Report.
The 49ers won a shootout against the Bears on Sunday night, but it was the defense that made the final play at the end to clinch the win for San Francisco. The Niners offense put up 42 points against the Bears, but had to watch helplessly from the sideline as Chicago drove down to the 2-yard line in the final seconds. But the defense forced a Caleb Williams incompletion on the last play of the game to preserve a 42-38 victory.
No matter how many points they give up, I'm confident that Saleh and those guys will find a way to make a play when it's needed, and that's exactly what they did.
I was praying the whole drive. It's been a crazy year, and for all those guys on defense, for them to finish out the game like that, I was so happy for them. But obviously, I was sitting there not really being able to do anything but watch, and then to be able to celebrate, it's a cool team win, man. There's nothing like that, so I thought it was special.
For the Red and Gold Report, I'm Matt Lively.
And for the final game of the regular season, the 49ers taking on the Seahawks Saturday at Levi's Stadium in a Best in the West showdown. At stake is the #1 seed, which could mean home field all the way to Super Bowl 60. Suji Nam talked to fans excited about the possibilities.
Jonathan Gomez and his best friend are shopping at Levi Stadium's team store on Monday, picking out some 49ers merch for his siblings.
They don't have any actual 49ers gear, and I need to make it very clear that we're only 49ers fans in the household.
Gomez, who lives in Oakland, has been a lifelong Niners fan and wanted to get his family in the spirit days before Saturday's high-stakes game against the Seattle Seahawks.
Feeling a little nervous, especially since Trent Williams with a hammy injury that first snap. Heartbreaking, but Pleasance replaced him at tackle and performed an excellent game. I think this will be a tough one, a very hard one, more than most of us will give props to Seattle for. but at the end of the day, we never shy away from a division rival.
The NFC West title and the conference's #1 seed are on the line in this season finale. The winning team will lock in a home field advantage in the playoffs. Gomez has never been to a Niners game in person and has always been chanting from afar.
It is my hope to be at one of these playoff games, hopefully. Hopefully us as the 1 seed and nothing more.
Janine De La Vega, the City of Santa Clara spokesperson, said they are excited for this Saturday's match and to host the Super Bowl in a few weeks.
This is our moment as the City of Santa Clara. We know people know, the big city up north, San Francisco, and we know people know San Jose. But for Santa Clara, this is a huge deal. We know it's a huge deal for the region.
De La Vega adds that they launched a 2026 campaign to encourage more locals and tourists to come visit.
We know that not everybody can afford a ticket to the Super Bowl or the FIFA World Cup as well. And so we're planning to host various community events like night markets, a STEM zone fair, possibly an event in the stadium. And these community events would happen between Super Bowl and through the summer when the FIFA World Cup starts.
For now, all eyes are on Saturday's winner-take-all contest, and Gomez is optimistic.
It's really tough to go for all these injuries and make it to where we are, but our coaching staff has been incredible.
Hoping for an incredible win this weekend as he remains faithful to his team, faithful to the Bay.
And fans can take a special ACE train to get to Saturday's game at Levi's. There will be round-trip service to the Great America Stop. You can catch that train from Stockton for $30 round trip, and then they're stopping in Tracy, Lathrop, Manteca, Pleasanton, Livermore, and Fremont. And the tickets for the game are pricey, BTW, as you might expect. The cheapest ticket we could find on Ticketmaster this morning was about $400 up in the nosebleeds. Now, if you're a baller, the front row tickets right behind the Niners bench going for more than $5,000. Still ahead, getting healthier in the new year, where medical experts say you should focus first on your health journey. On the Health Watch now, if you are ready to ring in 2026 on a healthy note, little advice. A recent survey finds one of the most common New Year's resolutions is living a healthier lifestyle, often including better eating and exercise, lose some lbs. One of the best ways to get started on that journey, they say, is to build your medical team. Healthcare professionals say patients need to make sure that their primary care provider is a good match for them.
People should be empowered to fire their healthcare provider if they're not getting the kind of care and communication they need. When the clinician is in the room, are they really in the room? And I think that's just so important for people to feel that, they deserve that.
Dr. LaPook says mental health should not be overlooked when it comes to healthier living. He recommends a balance of self-care and maintaining social connections. Coming up here on the afternoon edition, the newest members of the pack. The latest dog breeds getting a nod from the American Kennel Club. Okay, so my favorite dog breed is pure mutt, but 3 new breeds are getting recognized now by the American Kennel Club, and that means they're eligible to compete in U.S. dog shows next year. Take a look. This first breed is named after President Theodore Roosevelt, the Teddy Roosevelt Terrier. Small, energetic dog used to hunt rats. Another hunting dog was also added to the list, the Basset Fauve de Bretagne. Their ancestry dates back to the 1500s, and the last one is from Cold War-era Russia, the Russian Savetnian, this is a tough one, Savetnian Bolanka. Yeah, it's a lap dog, apparently. I like her background in that Instagram shot. They are very easygoing, apparently, and get along well with other dogs. So, again, I'm big on the adopt, don't shop, but everyone on that list is certainly a cutie. Thanks for joining us today.